A follow-up on this masturbation part, the use of certain toys in the presence of both the spouse are together, but they use, instead of their organs, they use toys to stimulate each other. Is the use of these toys halal or haram in Islam?
You see, when the two are together and they're in the bedroom, and it also again depends on the stimulators that someone wants to use, exactly what it is, you know. So you're replacing what you're supposed to be doing with something else totally, then why are you there, you know? But if it is something to spice it up, then again it depends exactly what it is. There are so many things out there, it's crazy.
I hope that the viewers are appreciating that we're talking about very sensitive.
And another thing, it's tough for us to talk about it because we ourselves are not absolutely sure about exactly what there is. We are only aware of it through questions that come through people who say things and describe things, and it's crazy enough anyway. So I can only imagine what it must be in the real sense, you know. And there is so much that happens. There is, for example, I'll give you one quick example. There's a lady who says, and this happens with in many cases, says, you know what, my husband does whatever he has to. He's done. I'm not yet done, and he's just, you know, not even bothered. He can't. So, is it okay for me to carry on myself to ensure that I have climaxed? And the husband says, here is a toy for you, and you can do your thing. You know. So it's insensitive on the part of the husband. And number two is, what option are you leaving her with? Another thing is what type. Some people use their own hands, right? And some people cannot be stimulated unless they use their own hands. So
and that's the addictive part of the action.
Yeah, no, and sometimes it
well,
depends.
which is permissible if it is the hands of the spouse, like, you know, masturbation, but by the hand of the spouse is permissible.
Yeah.
It's not haram.
Because it's part of the act.
And that's why if the husband is done, some people have a premature ejaculation, and it's some sickness. It's treatable though.
And some women have like
They take longer.
stimulation is very different from woman to woman, according to what I learned.
Also simply because of extreme circumcision, as it was done in the past, extreme.
In some conditions.
So in this case, the husband should carry on with his hand, and that is definitely permissible.
All right.
Hasbunallah wa ni'mal it's
Final
tough.
question, inshallah. There are plenty of questions, but we wanted to cover those.
You mean you need a part 3?
I think so.
Wallahi, you're putting us in such a spot.
Wallahi, but it's look. People are also, remember, people are appreciating this so much because this is one of the topics that is way less talked about than regular topics which people have been educated on.
You know, the sad thing is because of the difference of opinion, there is definitely gray area. So like we say, something is makruh, something is last resort, something is something, you know. The reason why this discussion happens is because there is no clear-cut evidence to say haram, haram, haram. If there was, we wouldn't even be having this discussion like there is regarding anal penetration. But we have to have this discussion because of difference of opinion, the strong difference of opinion. Some of these scholars are scholars of note, you know. It's not just ordinary young people who know nothing. Some of them are scholars of note. But then again, we say, even if they have said something, carry yourself as a person who's respectable and do that which is honorable and enjoy yourself within what is the limit, inshallah.
Keep in mind that experimenting new things doesn't have an end. It's endless. It's limitless. So basically, when you look at the end result, the outcome, which is when both have reached their climax, then it doesn't matter what happened before and during. They have reached their climax. They are in a state of comfort and rest. If every time the person comes up with a new thing, and whether he's not sure halal or haram, or whether he knows it is haram, but you know, for the sake of satisfaction, it's endless. You will get bored of this, and you will try something new and something new. How all those things come to one's mind? It only comes through watching what is forbidden. Otherwise, you and I have been created according to the pure nature. Fitra, which is a man and woman got together, happen to enjoy the sexual relations 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it takes, a half hour.
1 hour.
They relaxed. I don't know what. And then they relaxed. Alhamdulillah, shukrullah. You know what An-Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam said in this regard? This is a friendly advice. If you see a beautiful woman outside or a scene that arouses you, he says, drop everything in hand, go home, enjoy an intimate relationship with your spouse. The same applies to the work, by the way. And then she's got what every other woman have gotten. What does it mean? It means the outcome, the end result, which is once the person, he or she, have reached their climax or simply happen to have sexual discharge, they're relieved. They're in a state of comfort. They wouldn't even, sometimes you would think it was miserable. What we did was disgusting. You know, why did we do this?
Some spouses punish each other by holding back. They said, you know what, I'm going to hold back because I want to punish
themselves.
Yeah, in actual fact, يترتب عليه, it causes so many other haram things. So, you know, whenever any one of the spouses would like to fulfill their desires, you must oblige. I mean, even the women, sometimes they say, you know, I have an urge for it. I'm at an age where I really am on a high. And this guy is like, he's not even interested. That is wrong. You have to fulfill it as an ibadah, as a duty, as a right, as something. You are the only person who can fulfill it for her.
I have a case.
If you don't, wallahi, what do you expect?
I have a case, the wife is upset with her husband, so she holds back from him. And then she complains that she caught him watching porn. Okay? And I happened to meet with both of them, speak to them. And I thought that he will deny, say it was by mistake, by accident, you know, whatever. No, as a matter of fact, he didn't deny. He said, yeah, because she's refusing to share bed with me. And for the first time in my life, I was speechless. It's like, you know, okay, even though this is haram, and I can give him lectures and teachings in this regard, but she was the main cause.
She did haram too by prohibiting him from...
The guy says, I was busy all day, I was at work, I came back, I was tired. No, you are married, you have to come back and you have to be energetic, you have to take an interest in your spouse and so on. On the other hand, the spouse says, I've been all
Cooking,
day,
busy,
even
cleaning.
if she goes to work or she's whatever, or she's sitting at home, she says, I've been busy with the kids and with this and I can't and I whatever. We are taught you have to make that sacrifice. Whether you like it or not, you have to make it. That is the ibadah and that is the act of worship. You know, it's a crazy thing.